Hi everyone, how are we doing today? My name is Esther Zuri Wealth and this is my YouTube channel. So if you're just joining us, you're welcome. If you're joining us from Instagram or from my WhatsApp channel, wherever you're joining from, you're welcome. I'm a travel consultant. I've been a travel consultant for like 3 years now. Over that period of time, I have assisted a couple of my friends and a couple of people to process visas. If you haven't joined my masterclass, please check the link in the description below, the masterclass of Visa to Anywhere. This channel is not just to give you news, because of course news flies around every day, but the major aim of this channel is for things to be simple for us to understand. All right, so I don't want to talk too much, okay? With time, you're going to see that on this channel, we break down things a lot so that we don't make mistakes while maybe applying for a visa or something, okay? We wouldn't like to make mistakes and get denied for any reason whatsoever. Today, we'll be talking about proof of funds. I wrote some things down on my laptop, okay? Now, proof of funds is an issue that has been, as in, it's a worry. Like, it has been an issue for years now. One thing that I noticed is towards the period of visa applications, that's when you see a lot of people running around, hey, my POF, my POF, my POF, that's proof of funds. I'm always an advocate for people to plan things ahead of time. For example, if I know I want to travel in about 6 months' time, I'm already making plans, okay, and adding extra because the country might just change their policy at any time, right? We've seen that in the case of UK, we've seen that in the case of Canada. Today, we're going to be talking about proof of funds, what proof of funds means, why countries ask you for your proof of funds, and then we're also going to be talking about how to grow your proof of funds, all right? And then if there's still time, we can touch on the new Canada policy on POS, but if there's no time, I'm going to make a separate video for that, okay? Because I know that a lot of people are really confused about it, all right? So first things first, what is proof of funds? Okay, proof of funds is basically the money you have. Proof of funds means proof that you have money. Basically, the proof of the funds that you have. I feel like it's self-explanatory, okay? But there are many ways that you can represent your proof of funds. Proof of funds is one way to show that you have ties in that particular country that you are living. Okay, for example, if you're living in Nigeria and you want to go to Canada, maybe for study or for visit and all that, your proof of funds just goes to show the embassy or the visa officer that this person is actually established in their own country. Okay, I did a separate video talking about proof of ties. If they say you need to have adequate ties back in your country. So proof of funds is one of those ways that you show that you have, ties back in your home country. All right. The reason why a lot of embassies ask you for your proof of funds is it serves as a way to show them that, number one, you're not going to be coming to their country to beg or to sleep under the bridge or be stranded or affect their economy negatively. All right. Another thing that proof of funds proves to the visa officer is that you have enough money to take care of yourself, both in your country and outside your country. It also shows the visa officer that this person is established in his or her country, right? Because if you show, let's say for example, they say, okay, your proof of funds has to be 12,000 Canadian dollars if you're coming to study for so period of time. All right, it shows them that, look, this person is grounded in his or her country. He or she is not desperate. Let's go on to talk about the importance of good and rich proof of funds, right? I've already explained them. So let me just tell you what I wrote down. The first one is that it meets visa requirements because they ask you for proof of funds, right? The second one is that it demonstrates self-sufficiency, all right? The third one is that it enhances credibility, that is, as a genuine visitor. There are so many things that enhance credibility, okay? Another thing that enhances credibility as a genuine visitor, especially if you're going on a visitor visa to a country, is your travel history. I'm going to make another video on travel history, okay? This one is just proof of funds, basically. It also ensures a smoother transition for you as an individual. If you have that kind of money in your account, it means financially you can handle yourself, you can manage yourself, no matter what the exchange rate is. Okay, so those are the kind of things that they look out for. So let's go ahead, okay? I'm just looking at my notes, basically. Let's talk about how to build your proof of funds. The first way to build your proof of funds is, number one, accumulate savings. Now, this is what I tell people. If you know that you're going to be traveling in 6 or 7 months' time, or if you know that you wish to travel in about 6 or 7 months' time, the best time to start accumulating the money needed is now. So what I'm saying with proof of funds is that whatever it is that you can start saving now, start saving it. The second point is to maintain consistent income. All right, try as much as you can to maintain a consistent income, okay, and keep records of that income, okay. And if you are going to present your business accounts for proof of funds, ensure that your tax is up to date. The next one is for you to gather financial documents. What I mean by financial documents is, like bank statements and so on and so forth. So you gather them, all right, but make sure that it is not empty, okay. Don't submit empty proof of funds please, okay. Now, another thing that is worthy of note is that you might have multiple accounts, okay. Like sometimes I have clients that will say, I have a dollar account and I have a naira account. Can I give you both? Okay, so if the country's policy allows that, then you can include multiple accounts, okay. If all the accounts are yours, maybe one is personal, one is business, or they're both personal and you have money in both and it's maybe a dollar or a naira, then you should include both accounts, okay. That's another one. The next one I wrote down here is consider additional assets. So if you have a land or any other asset, you can include it, okay, depending on the country's policy. That's up to you and your travel consultant or something to discuss. Or if you're doing it yourself, you have to find out if the country, allows for that. Okay, if they don't allow for that, you can upload it under the segment where maybe they ask for your proof of ties and all that in your country. All right, proof of ties to your country, you can upload that as well. Now, the final thing I wrote here is translation and certification. Now, for countries like maybe what country? Maybe Poland that does not speak English. We do a lot of translation when we're applying to Poland for people, for clients. Okay, especially when it comes to maybe study visas or something. We have to do a couple of things. Get a translator and all that. So make sure that your documents are translated and certified by a professional translator, okay. Now let's go ahead to talk about mistakes you should avoid. The stronger the proof of funds, the higher the probability of getting a visa. So the first thing I wrote here is inadequate funds. Now, if you do not have enough money or enough in your POF, then there is no need applying for a visa, really. Okay, except maybe a company is inviting you to that country and they have stated clearly that we're sponsoring this person. Okay, if they state clearly that we're sponsoring this person from A to Z, then you can apply for that visa. Okay, but in a situation where nobody is sponsoring you, you're going on your own, and then you now supply inefficient proof of funds, no, that's going to be an issue and you definitely would be denied. The second one is unexplained large deposits. Recently, a friend of mine got denied her visa. She and her husband got denied a visa because on the husband's application, he wrote that he had only one source of income and that he earned an amount of money from that source of income, and his money in the bank was way more than that source of income. While we were talking, I was just going through, I was like, okay, you know what, take me through the process. How did you do it? What did you do? What did you, because I saw the reasons that the visa officer gave, and it was mostly because of their financial standing. So the man was like, oh, I actually even moved money from my other account to this new account and stuff like that. The thing is, unexplained large deposits would definitely be a red flag. Okay, so you don't just wake up and then you have 2 million in your account after having maybe 5,000 and 10,000 for the past 3 months. One day like this, you just wake up, 2 million enters your account. Another day again, 5 million or 10 million enters your account. There is no consistency, and there are unexplained large deposits to your account. Okay, so you have to be careful about these things because they have several other people waiting to come into their country. Another reason why your proof of funds might cause you to lose your visa or to be denied a visa is, I wrote here, insufficient documentation. Okay, when your documentation is insufficient, like maybe it's inaccurate or it's not complete, okay, it can lead to denial. It's a mistake and it can lead to denial. So when you're about to submit a proof of funds, make sure you double check and triple check everything. Okay, it's worth it. For me, I even use a checklist. I make sure that every document that has been given to me has been uploaded. I check, okay, have I ticked this one? Have I ticked that one? That kind of thing. Using borrowed funds. Now, I know that a lot of people get loans, and that's the reason why I say if you must get a loan or borrowed fund, make sure the money is in your account till maybe you arrive in your destination country and you're settled. Because if you use borrowed funds, for example, and you get to to that country and you are the immigration and they ask you, okay, can you log into your account details, let's just check something, or you called a relative to borrow you some money, and when you got the visa they now remove their money from your from your account, and then what used to be $10,000 is now 10,000 naira. Like, how did the miracle happen? You understand? So please try as much as you can to help yourself, okay? And if you must borrow funds, please be very careful about it. Another one which a lot of people don't know can be a mistake is lack of organization. Okay, I remember one reason, although they didn't really tell her explicitly, but I feel like that the reason why they denied my friend a visa several years ago was because she was not organized with her papers. And back then, what did we know really? We didn't know anything. We just went for an interview and she did not arrange her papers in an orderly fashion. I feel like maybe the visa officer was already disappointed. Trust me, these people are also human. Things can tick them off, right? Do you understand what I'm saying? So please be careful. There is no visa officer that will have something against you for being organized. So even if it is only this time in your life, no, I'm just kidding. Okay, but even if it is only this time that you would have to be organized, please be organized, okay? Now, I wrote here that insufficient time for funds to mature. I told you that if I'm planning to travel in like 6 or 7 months' time, I will start now to build my proof of funds, to build the amount of money that I need, okay, to present to travel. Okay, so please give sufficient time for the money to mature. I had a client like that. I had to reject her POF and she got really pissed because we asked her, do you have this amount of money in your account? She said, oh, sure, yes. We found out that that day that she was saying yes was the day that she transferred like let's say 40% of the money needed to the account to make it complete, that kind of thing. And so it was crazy because even going through the account, I saw that sometimes she will receive 5 million, she will withdraw 4 million the next day, then the next day again she withdraws like 800,000, and then the account is always like going to red and coming back, going to red and coming back, that kind of thing. All right, so please give sufficient time rather for your funds to mature. Discrepancies in your financial statements. Now, if you tell the immigration officer that you earn, let's say 500,000 naira per month, and your account is not receiving that amount of money, your account, which is probably meant to be your salary account, because a lot of people use the salary account, okay, for POF. Now, your account is not reading that, okay, that you provided to the immigration, it is going to be a problem. Okay, it is going to be a problem. So please take note of these mistakes and be careful about them. Now, if you haven't joined my masterclass, please click on the link in the description below. There is no payment whatsoever. It is free. I'm just going to be showing you my screen. I'm going to be applying for some visas and I will be showing you my screen so that you can do it as I do. Okay, do as I do, don't do as I say. But in this particular masterclass, you're going to do as I do and you will do as I say. Oh, please do as I say as well. All right. Okay. So I feel that you understand now what proof of funds means, why some countries ask for your proof of funds, how to grow your proof of funds, and some mistakes that we make when it comes to growing your proof of funds and it comes to proof of funds generally, whether it is submitting it to the visa officer or growing it to be reasonable enough for you to apply for a country's visa. All right, so if you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section below and I will see you next time. I also have some other videos, okay, so just check out my videos. Please like, please subscribe. This is a new channel, but I'm really hoping and praying that this channel will give you the value that you're looking for. If you are interested in knowing visa and travel policies, it won't cost you anything, okay? But I would definitely love you forever if you like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for taking out time to listen to me to the end. Take care of you. Bye.